Ready? Good morning, it's 9 o'clock, October 15, 2024, and the regular Commissioners Court meeting is now in session. First item on the agenda, a roll call by our County Clerk, Mary Jane Gordial-Benon. Mary Jane, good morning.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Good morning.
Judge Rathno,
Present.
Commissioner Mendoza, Commissioner Morales,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
Commissioner Gatsa.
Present.
We have a quorum, Judge.
Thank you, Mary Jane. Next item is our invocation by Dr. Roger Miller, Commissioner Court Chaplain. Dr. Miller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Judge, you bow your heads with me this morning. Let's pray. Our Father, giver of wisdom to those who ask. We're reminded today of the words found in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. So your word again provides for us the answers to our present needs. We approach today in this assembly believing that as we trust in your guidance and seek your wisdom, our greatest needs in this county and in our lives will be met. So we ask today for a special enabling for our leaders to govern the people of this county. May our leaders govern with justice and also mercy, with strength and with compassion, and with boldness and also humility. And may they be granted the ability to receive your counsel and to apply it to the needs before them today as they prepare themselves. So, Father, we ask that you prepare our judge and commissioners as they fully realize the responsibilities which they shoulder, and also from where their strength comes to handle these responsibilities. And in the name of the one who has come, and he's coming again, in Christ's name we pray this today. Amen.
Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good
Judge,
morning, everyone.
Our system is recording and we're supposed to be on air. The camera is not working, but the audio is.
The camera's not working?
Again.
I'm turning it off and on.
Yeah,
so it works.
to see if that'll help. The one at the podium works, but this one doesn't. It didn't come back on, right? I don't see the light.
It's blue.
There, I see a light came on.
It's a
It
green-
came on? Okay, let's
a
see what
green
happens.
light.
And it's recording and we're on air, and the audio is working.
Dr. Miller, you want to do a deal where we help bring someone's calm to the court, so I wouldn't mind you hearing you again.
Okay.
Judge, if it's sometimes.
Well, as long as you're recording.
Yeah,
we'll-
that's what I was gonna say. It's sometimes, as long as it's recording, Roxy can, if it worked internally, Roxy can always
We can
upload it.
upload the video
Yes.
Later on.
Yeah, but the audio is working.
Okay, and we're recording, okay?
Yes,
Yes.
it's
We need
recording.
that for the minutes, so.
Mhm, yes,
We'll move on.
I do need it.
Communications Commissioners, anything going on in the county this morning?
Judge, public knowledge, we will start the bus stop canopies today. Officially, we started today. This morning, we got workers out on Monterrey and Juan Lane. And we will also be doing Guadalupe and Android behind McDonald's. So this week, we will be working on these two canopies. Of course, these are for the bus stops for our children. And then after that, once we finish these two, we will be moving on to County Road. We will be installing one on County Road, one in Lakefront Lodge on New Point, and then one in Mississauga as well
Those
on Cardinal.
Very needed improvements, yes, as
Definitely.
the
We've been
colder
getting a lot-
weather's coming.
That's right, we've been getting a lot of rain, so let's keep our children dry and safe as they get ready
Well, I
to
think
attend school.
Those are funds well
Right.
spent,
Yes,
Commissioner.
thank you, thank you.
Any other comments, Commissioners?
We did have several events, also community events. Some of them were hosted by Miss Nina,
Right.
Oh, yeah, the vendors market.
the vendors market. We had one as well, so I want to thank these individuals, for stepping up and hosting these community events.
And
That-
many more to
that
come.
grassy hill across the
Yes.
street looked very nice,
It's
yes.
beautiful.
So that's, I guess a lot of contributors, sponsors, that helped out. Each sign is a sponsor or a donation.
That is
Correct.
correct. Yeah, they had
So-
different prices ranging from $50, I believe, to about
Good.
$25.
Yeah, those all those funds go to which organization?
I believe it was to the senior class.
Senior
correct?
class.
Those
Senior
went out
class,
to the
and
senior
good.
class.
Might help them with their, I guess, class trips. and-
Scholarships and stuff.
Scholarships and
We're also gonna have the first annual golf tournament.
Golf tournament this Saturday.
Superintendent.
So anybody in the audience likes to play golf, there'll be a tournament this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Even if you don't play golf, you know, we invite you. We want
I hate to hold up the whole course. That would not be a good sight. Any other comments, Commissioners? We'll move on to public comment. This section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any items on the agenda. Any members of the public like to address the court at this time? If not, we'll move on to item number 6, Commissioners, approval of invoices. And in our packet, we had invoices from September 20th, 2024 to October 10th, 2024, for a total of $899,546.55.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve invoices as presented.
Second.
Seconded, motion made by Commissioner Lee, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I think the majority, I'm looking at here that, the general fund actually accounted for 316,000 of it, and the rest were grants or other road and bridge. So, moving on to item number 7 is, treasurer's report, and, the treasurer's report is right in front of us. And this is for the month of September. Page 1 is our, investment pool, our CDs. We have a CD total of $6,928,014.01. We had interest accrued for the month of $23,914.74, and year to date, we earned $291,543.76 worth of interest for the whole year. Moving on to our fiduciary demand accounts, we had a beginning balance of $1,536,399.65. We have revenues of $459,542.94, expenses of $599,165.62, for an ending balance of $1,396,776.97. Moving on to our treasurer's month report on our energy usage. For the month of September, we had an amount of $74,370.33. For the entire year, our electricity cost for the entire county was $820,931.72. Our water usage for all our departments for the month of September was $16,330.71. And the total for the year is $117,835.80. Moving on to our royalty from the gas wells around the town side. The month of September brought in $4,732.97. And for the year, total royalty received was $46,606.23, which is about half of what we expected, but the price of natural gas substantially dropped during the year. Moving on to our rents from our community centers and other buildings. The San Ignacio Civic Center brought in for the month of September $300, and for the year, there was $3,760 collected. The pavilion for the month of September brought in $350, and for the year, $11,440 was collected. The Zapata Community Center, there were no events for the month of September, and for the year, $29,700 was collected. The swimming pool also closed early. For the year, we collected $2,205 at the Zapata County swimming pool, and at the San Ignacio swimming pool, we collected $3,681. So San Ignacio kids like to swim. Moving on to, yeah, they're over there all the time, good for them. It's a nice pool. Moving on to some of our funds from the different departments. Our county clerk, Fund 10, for the month of September, $6,133.25 was collected. For the year, which ended September 30th, the total was $69,509.70, which is 115.85% of what we expected to collect. So Mary Jane, good job. Fund 15, For the month of September, $667 was collected. For the year, $6,359.43, which was 57.95% of what we expected. District clerk, for the month of September, $2,906 was collected. For the year, $132,957.08 was collected for the year ending September 30th, and that's 156.42% of what we expected to collect. So, District Clerk Fund 15, $295 collected for September, and for the year, $3,730.38, which is 38.77%. Our ARM ordinance for the month of September, $11,000 was collected. For the year, $959,000 came in. We were expecting $1.2 million to collect, given from the previous year collection, so that is 79.92% of collections. Our sales tax for the month of September, $167,281.78 was collected, and for the year, $2,255,826.67 was collected, and that is 107.42% collection, which we expected to collect $2.1 million. So there's, that's encouraging, shows a lot of economic activity in our community, so that's good to see. Landfill, moving on to a department landfill, for the month of September, $37,655 was collected. For the year, $253,428, which is 84.48% of the expected collections. We expected to collect $300,000. The jail, regional jail, and county jails, so for the month of September, $236,316.36 was collected. For the year, $2,890,518.43 were collected, which is 120.44% of expected. We were expected to collect $2.4 million in our budget. Our jail telephones for the month of September, $4,667.31, and for the year, $83,369.16, which is 185% of expected collections. Jail bond fees was $3,450 for the year. Jail office fees was $3,395. And our EMS, for the month of September, $108,114.73 were collected, and for the year, $1,189,712.55, which is 198.29%, almost double the expected collection. So good job to our fire department. I don't know if any are here, but certainly that certainly helps balance the shortfall from some of our tax collections. So I want to thank these department heads and elected officials for trying to bring in revenues to the county. Then we have our JP's collections for the year and for the month. For the month of September, $5,028.44 was collected by JP Precinct 1, and for the year, $98,003.04 was brought in. JP Precinct 2 for the month of September, $13,105.18 was collected, and for the year, $143,573.46. JP Precinct 3 for the month of September brought in $4,239.70, and for the year, $25,352.86 was collected. JP Precinct 4 for the month of September, $3,101.99, and for the year, $28,813.37 was collected. And the treasurer's report. Motion by Commissioner Solis to approve as presented, second by Commissioner Garza. I think what I've seen that's missing here from this report is we probably need to have the waterworks included. They used to be included as far as revenues from the waterworks, and hopefully we'll visit with the treasurer, see if they can include those figures, so the public, I think that would be one good table to add. Mr. Figueroa, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Item number 8, approval of checks issued, and we had checks. Let's see. Commissioner, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. From 9/20/24 through 10/10/24. The checks to be approved are $899,546.55.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve is presented by Commissioner Solis.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 9 is tax assessor collector departmental report. Ms. Mendoza, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Collection report for the month of September. General fund, we had a total of $108,188.24 with refunds of $71.01. Interest and sinking, we had $39,007.95, and we had 23.89 in refunds. Farm to market, $44.21. Special road and bridge, we had $12,839.56 with refunds of $777. Total collections, $182,053.67. Fees and other collections, excuse me, we had alcoholic beverage, $60, tax certificates, $20, hotel motel tax, $6,074.73, copies and faxes, $775, voter registration, $186, interest earnings, $17.82, for a total of $6,366.30. Total overall collections was $188,419.97. $166,446.96 was issued to the treasurer's office with $21,973 and 1 cent to the delinquent attorneys. Our collection rate is 89.09% compared to last year, 89.93%.
So really close. But I think in the end, by the time, we'll reach our, I guess, our set goal.
Yeah, we've had, at the end of, actually at the beginning of October, we had quite a bit of collections.
Right.
For delinquents. So that kind of offsets it a little bit. Our, hotel motel tax, total collection from October of last year to September 30th, but this year was $112,104.06. I think we were at 100. Is that what we had? I think that's.
It was, we had 120 budgeted.
120.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
we're short.
well, and certainly, you know, the lake levels being where they're at, there's certainly not as many fishermen, tourists coming down, and our old field activity has been slow also,
Yes.
but people continue to stay there. I did hear that one of our hotels may be closing or
Yes.
may have closed.
The one across the bridge, Best Western.
So certainly that's not a good sign for our community. And it's been difficult, the lake's been down for more than 10 years, very difficult to access for the fishing, so, you know, I just have to wait for Mother Nature and get a big rain, hopefully
It's over.
things
Good
will
rain.
improve, but as long as the lake is where it's at, certainly it will create problems with tourism, our hotels. There is, and I think there's an item on the agenda where, there is gonna be, hopefully beginning in 2025, some, activity, with, Project Wind and Solar, that should bring, opportunities to the local, folks and bring outside people to come work in these projects, and hopefully these hotels will come back open and fill up,
Start,
so.
yes, start getting some money and revenues in.
Yes.
I did wanna mention that our tax statements have gone out, so it's gonna be a busy
Busy
next
month.
couple of weeks.
So the October, discount will be available from the date you went out, the statements went out, or just for the month of October? I get the questions asked. that-
Normally we do extend it to more or less.
When you mailed them out, a month from when they went out. Okay, I think that's fair. I do get those questions from taxpayers, say, well, I wanna pay, but I haven't received my statement.
Right.
Early October, it's early October, just give us some time.
Yes, Yeah, they've already gone out last
Okay.
week, so we should be receiving our statements.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners,
Could we be able to move to resolutions and proclamations?
Yes, sir.
40 to
40, 41, and 42.
40, 41, and 42, let's get those on. Moving on to resolutions, proclamations, item number 40 is a proclamation for Down Syndrome Month of October 2024 in Salazar. Yes. Oh, I didn't see Sandra, I can't see you. I was looking for you. And I see, yes, your boss too in the audience. Well, thank y'all for being
Adios,
here.
Sanchez. Thank you guys for showing up.
You want me to read it out, Sandra?
Yes, please.
Okay. I did see it in the package. And, we appreciate everything you do at Porter Region, the Mental Health Center. Sandra, it's a pleasure working and having you as part of our community. So, this is a proclamation for Down Syndrome Month, and that would be for October 2024. Whereas approximately 1 in every 691 children are born with Down syndrome, representing an estimated 5,000 births per year in the United States. And whereas there are over 250,000 individuals living with Down syndrome in the United States. And whereas while research and early intervention has resulted in dramatic improvements in the lifespan and potential of those who are affected, more investigation is needed into the causes and treatment of Down syndrome. And whereas people with Down syndrome are active participants in educational, occupational, social, and recreational circles of our communities, and whereas individuals with Down syndrome should have equal opportunity to achieve the universally desired goals of self-fulfillment, pride in their achievements, inclusion in their communities, and reaching their fullest potential. Now therefore, I, Joseph Rathel, under the authority vested in me as County Judge of Zapata for the state of Texas, do here proclaim the month of October 2024 as Down Syndrome Awareness Month in Zapata, Texas, and encourage our citizens to work together to promote and respect and inclusion of individuals with Down syndrome and to celebrate their accomplishments and contributions. Very well said, Sandra.
Thank you, Judge Rathmill and Commissioner Sport, for always being very supportive of the individuals that we serve. And like you said, this month we really want to celebrate their abilities and capabilities rather than a disability.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You mind taking a picture with
Of
us?
course, we'd like to take a picture.
Okay.
Good to meet you. Yes, yes.
I knew I saw you in the audience, like, tell me, come in with binders sometimes.
Hey, good morning.
Here, one for the baby.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you guys, you can see me.
Thank you.
Coming down.
¿Ya jalaron? ¿Ya jalaron?
Is our resolution on there?
Yes, ahorita it's 41. I think it's 41. It's the one right after.
Mental illness also?
Yes.
Mental illness?
Yeah, he's gonna read it right now. There's like 2 more, Judge, I think.
Judge, I did want to introduce someone that's here.
Okay.
So for
for all of those, I'm Maria Sanchez, I'm the Executive Director of Puerto Region, and I want to thank you, the Director, for all the support that you give Puerto Region. And also with having Commissioner Roberto Garza on our board, who has been just wonderful, very faithful, attending all the meetings.
Yes.
And then some, he's also on our committees as well. And so, as you know, we're also working on getting a new location. So we're continuing that.
The process
So
of
the
acquiring the
process-
necessary funds, yes.
The funds, so, you know, we have acquired an architect, and now we're doing
good.
the geotech, so that they can check out the property itself, and so we're moving along. I mean, it's a slow process, but we're
It take
well
time. It
into
take
it.
time.
Yes, we're well into it, so, and of course, we're looking for funding, so, you know, I wanted to thank you, and thank everyone present. Of course, we've got the staff here from Zapata and the staff, and also the individuals being served with our Down syndrome and for our intellectual disability as well. But I also wanted to introduce you to, I just saw him, and that is George Sepulveda. Okay, there he is.
There he is.
Okay, George Sepulveda is our IDD, our intellectual disabilities interim director, okay?
Good to
And
meet you,
George
sir.
has 28 years of experience in the intellectual disability spectrum. And so I wanted to introduce him because, you know, it's a big task for all 4 counties. And, you know, not because he's our employee, but he's actually absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Okay? And especially taking over the job of someone that was here over 30 years, okay? But, you know, George is just absolutely great with the staff, he's great with the clients. And so I wanted to thank you for everything that you do and all the support that you give Puerto Region. Thank you.
Well, you know, small rural communities, we're so fortunate to have your presence here in our community, serving our population. It's difficult. Healthcare in the small communities is very difficult to get good healthcare, and what you all do for the entire community is amazing. And I want to thank you for moving forward. And we've talked about, you know, maybe bringing in, I think we're the only county that doesn't have a permanent location.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you're working to achieving that goal. But most importantly, the service you provide to our community is we're so thankful for it, Ms. Sanchez, and thank you.
Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to having a lot of events this month. I know that you have another proclamation, but Sandy will make sure that she advertises everything that we have through the month, including the last week of the month is Red Ribbon Week, so we will have a lot of events for that.
Yes, I have Sandy on my speed dial. So yes, she's always available, and all your staff, but certainly when I have any questions from expertise, from somebody who knows what they're talking about, of course, I call Sandy, and I appreciate Sandy, you wanting to help us in every respect.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you guys do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
So now it's a proclamation for Mental Illness Week.
Okay. Item number 41 is proclamation for Mental Illness Week. Whereas mental health is a part of overall health, and whereas 1 in 5 adults experiences a mental health problem in any given year, and whereas approximately 1/2 of chronic mental illness begins by the age of 14 and 3/4 by the age of 24. And whereas suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States and the 2nd leading cause among young adults. And 90% of people who die by suicide have an underlying illness. And whereas long delays, sometimes decades, often occur between the time symptoms first appear and when individuals get help, and whereas early identification and treatment can make a difference in successful management of mental illness and recovery. And whereas it is important to maintain mental health and learn the symptoms of mental illness in order to get help when it is needed, and whereas every citizen and community can make a difference in helping end the silence and stigma that for too long has surrounded mental illness and discouraged people from getting help, and whereas public education and civic activities can encourage mental health and improve the individuals' lives and families affected by mental illness. Now therefore be it resolved, I, Joseph Adams, Zapata County Judge, do hereby proclaim October 6th through October 12th as Mental Illness Awareness Week in Zapata County to shine a light on the mental illness and fight stigma, provide support, and educate the public and advocate for equal care. Passed on this day, October the 15th, yes.
I'd also like to just say a few words. We chose, because this month, as Ms. Sanchez mentioned, it's a lot of awareness, right? We have breast cancer awareness, we have Down syndrome awareness, and we also have World Mental Health Day, right? That was also last week. But we chose to celebrate Mental Illness Week because we know that it goes hand in hand with our health, right? And so we just want people to be aware that we understand that mental illness is real and it can affect any of us at any point in time. Family, neighbors, and so forth. So basically, we just want to bring the awareness that we are here to support anyone that is in need. And so you know where we're located, Judge. You do have our phone number.
Yeah.
And I do want to recognize our staff, if y'all can please stand. Because it is a very difficult population. Mental health and illness is a very difficult population to have to work with. And so it takes very special people to be able to do that. So I just like to thank them and recognize them for
We
that.
want to thank you on behalf of the Commissioners Court because as a police officer, I do see that mental health is something a lot of people are ashamed with, and you guys are spreading that awareness that it's okay to come out and say, you know what, I have a problem. You know, I do need this help and support. So thank you, ladies, for everything you guys do on a daily basis. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you in helping us reduce that stigma.
Yes.
Thank you, Sandy. We've got one more resolution. I think I'd like to have some input from Ms. Sanchez or yourself on item number 42. Resolution of the Commissioners Court to Zapata County, Texas, in support of Starr County's request to transfer from Border Region Behavioral Health and join Tropical Texas Behavioral Health. Ms. Sanchez, yes.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of history. You know, for many, many years, as you know, the valley has grown, right? And so, about the end of August, we received a letter, or should I say, the letter was sent to the state by Judge Vera, indicating that they were interested in transferring Starr County Behavioral Health, which is Border Region Behavioral Health in Starr County, to the valley, okay? The valley catchment area is Hidalgo, Cameron, and Willis counties. And that is part of Tropical Texas Behavioral Health, just like us.
Right.
We're in Webb, Zapata, Jim Hogg, and Starr
Correct.
presently. And so the judge sent a letter to the state asking to transfer over to Tropical Texas because they felt that, I guess because of the growth that's happened in the area, that most of the, I guess, constituents of Starr County get their services from the valley area.
Sure.
Okay, so that was what was said in the letter. Border Region, you know, had a meeting last week in which it was supported, you know, if they feel that that's what they want to do. It's not a done deal, okay? But the way that the process works is that all the counties in the Tropical Texas area have to agree to accept Starr County, and then all the counties in the Border Region area have to agree to release Starr County, okay? So this is one of the 4 counties, you know, for Border Region that is required to have a resolution or an agreement. Later on, it has to be done more formally. But these are the initial stages. So it's an all or nothing thing, which means that all the counties in the Tropical Texas area must agree. Okay, so if one of them backs out, then it doesn't happen, all right? So then what happens is that then it happens at the local level. So like Border Region and Tropical Texas have to agree what we're gonna do with everything. You're talking about property, you're talking about cars, you're talking about all kinds of different things that have to be, I'm gonna say transferred or negotiated, okay, more like that. And so when that happens, then the state will, you know, probably give their blessing. But it all happens at the local level. So we're kind of in initial stages. It really hasn't happened yet. But this is part of the process as to where all the counties must agree.
Okay. As far as Commissioner, the funding and for our area, and will that change or?
Well, I mean,
I
I
mean,
think
I'm sure
there'll be more focus, okay? I mean, instead
Right.
of Border Region having 4 counties, we'll have 3.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think, so then what happens is that, when you look at the population for all our 4 counties, Zapata County is the 3rd county in population when it goes up to 2.
Right.
Okay? So, and then you've got,
So those
Jim
4
Hogg
million
County.
about funding will be
Exactly.
included into how much funding will come to our 3 counties.
Yes, and funding is based on population, so, you know, instead, like I said, instead of 4 counties, we would have 3 counties, but the services, you know, will be
Well,
just as good or better, and it's just a matter of who is going to be governing.
I think one possible windfall for our county is, I think you've, secured the funding for your new building if you negotiate a good sale of your current structure. Then,
Well, let me tell you, it's just unreal.
It's paid for, the one we start
Oh,
counting.
yeah.
Oh, we start coming.
Yeah, it's paid for.
Long time ago.
Yes,
it was.
So, good, yeah, so that would be something
And
that benefits
recently
to our community
renovated as
right
well.
away.
Yes.
We wouldn't have to wait for, the funding to
Yes.
come around.
And we made a lot of improvements in Stark County, so, you know, I mean, like in all the counties as well, so.
It's coming, Judge. The new
All right.
building is
Thank you,
coming.
Commissioner, I know you've been working on that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Sanchez, for the update. So, as Commissioners, after hearing Ms. Sanchez, I need a motion to approve or disapprove Stark County's requested transfer from our region to and join the Texas Tropical Behavioral. Motion by Commissioner Solis.
I'll second that motion.
Seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? Certainly, it's hard for, if a county is wanting to,
Robert.
get their service elsewhere, it's hard for us to say, no, you shouldn't.
Well, this one would be
So,
42.
I agree, yeah. Any other discussion? All those in
Yeah.
favor say aye.
Aye. So it'll
Motion
be
carried.
approval for 40, 41, and 42.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I need a motion to approve the proclamation for Down Syndrome Month of October 2024. Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza, and all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then item number 41 is approval for proclamation for Mental Illness Awareness Week. Motion to approve, Judge. Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So we'll get the signatures, Commissioners. Here. Texas Tropical Trail.
So we also jump over to, item number 33.
33?
Yes, sir.
Before you proceed, may we be dismissed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies and
We'll
gentlemen.
have that ready, the resolution, Sandy, for, I guess the county clerk will file it.
I'll take it as well.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good seeing you.
Here you go. And then we got scan.
Okay. Item number 33 is to request office space and use of utilities to continue to provide prevention, intervention, and treatment services to the community and discuss new programs that are available. Ms. Magdalena Mesquita from SCAN. Good morning, ma'am. Of course, we've had a long relationship with your organization. And yes, tell us all about what's in store.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here. We're very excited. So we have new programs. We filled up the office, so we're very thankful for that. And we're here, of course, to request the office use and utilities to continue, right? And provide these services, these new services to the community. So we do have a few, I'll present mine first really quick. We do have the Project Hopes, which we serve families, caregivers, with any child from 0 to 5. So these families will get, it's a safe care, evidence-based curriculum. So we provide them with how to be more safe at home, health needs for the child, and better parent-child interaction, right? So helping the families build a bond, a safer, healthier, and good relationship. So that's one. I also continue to have my program, which is the treatment program for substance abuse for adolescents. That's been here for 20 years or so or more. So the Hopes one, my home visitor is Maricela Gonzalez.
Okay.
So I oversee that program, and she provides the services at home. So for the families, they don't have to go to the office. In some cases, yes, but mostly at home.
Families
So
feel
that they
more
won't
comfortable
have
at
to.
home, yes.
And they can, they receive incentives for participation in the program. So.
I was gonna have a quick question, something that, and I don't know if it's within the services that you may provide, educational services to our community as far as learning English as a second language, classes to that effect. I mean, I think it's health related because, you know, you can't, so is that something that is possible? I know we had Lorraine College and I believe the school district are they still planning on that? On planning or? Yeah, is that?
I know it's been discussed.
Yes, because that is lacking and it's so much needed in our community, so I'm hopeful the school district can do something, but maybe that's something that you can expand your scope of services to our community. And I think you'd have a great turnout as far as people needing to learn English as their language. And ESL,
Yes.
as second language. Yeah. So it's something to look at. I'm just putting it out there. You know, I know I've had conversations with the school district because that program did end a few years ago. We had it, it was ongoing for many, many years and it stopped and I get so many requests from folks saying, you know, we really would like to have that back. And so I'm looking at every avenue to see who can help our community. I'm sorry to interrupt.
We also have other programs for prevention with,
I have a, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
We have the YPU program, it's Futuros Fantásticos. It's like an educational prevention program that we go into the elementaries, middle schools, and high school. And generally we do that, and we're actually hiring somebody else, so the job is available. There's a job available.
I'm glad to see, because it used to be just one or two.
Yeah,
I
it was
see
just
Sonia.
me and Aggie or Sonia, and now we're
Yeah,
full.
you guys are branching out.
Yeah, we don't have office space anymore. But yeah, we do provide prevention education, information dissemination, and alternative activities for all grade levels. That's our program, and then they have their program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. For the record, your name, ma'am, just to have you.
Yes, so hello, my name is Mayra Arevalo. I am the program coordinator of School Science. I'm the sexual assault survivor advocate. And we are a new established program. We are the sexual assault service and information program.
Okay.
And a little bit about the program, right? We do through education, prevention, advocacy, and wellness of Zapata County. And our goal for this program, right, is to empower survivors while providing victims-centered, trauma-informed confidential services to persons affected by sexual violence free of charge. And on the sheet that we handed out, you can go ahead and see a list of other services that are provided by this program.
That's good.
Yes,
Morning,
good morning,
Sonia.
Judge, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My program is the Innovative Heating Center Project, and I provide services at middle school, and I do a curriculum with the 6th grade. And then I also provide services to high school, to screen and refer to different services that are required. So like we said, we have, a lot more staff. We are 8. We're 8, pending one more.
That's good, that's always good to see that programs are increasing, not,
Yes.
going the
And
other way.
every office is being used.
Okay, very well.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ladies.
Like the judge mentioned, you guys are branching out and that, that's awesome to see because these services are so important, especially for a small community like ours, so thank you for everything you guys do.
So the use of this, I guess, our office space and utilities, that also helps your program as our in-kind contribution for your projects, grants, and what is the financial value?
It's $21,600 in rent, Judge, and $6,000, I believe.
Okay, all right, okay, thank
What were the
you.
numbers again?
21,600
Yeah,
in kind for the rent, and then 6,000 for utilities.
so it's
Well,
substantial.
that's what the contract said, so.
So almost 30,000, so yes, we're fortunate to have y'all here and that's what it takes to keep the programs going. I'm sure you have a commissioner's full
Judge,
support.
I make a motion to approve the office space. And again, ladies, thank you so much. The commissioners for myself, I truly support everything you guys do on a daily basis.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by
Judge.
Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza, to approve the office space, and this is for 1 year, do we go yearly?
Yes,
Okay,
year.
okay, for
Yeah,
1 year?
fiscal year.
Okay.
Go to.
Take it 5.
And again, Mr. Figueroa, the contract is the
Review
same?
it, Judge.
Okay, all right, so
It'll-
it's been reviewed, so we're good to go. Motion in a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
ladies.
Thank you.
23, okay. 24. Item number 23 is to approve the use of the open pavilion for a vendors market benefiting Zapata North Elementary on October the 20th, 2024. From North Elementary here, yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
And Commissioners. Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. My name is Liliana Pacheco. I'm the president of the PTO Booster Club.
Okay.
I'm Gina Hasso, I'm the historian. So I had contacted both Mr. Garza and Mr. Morales earlier, actually at the end of last month, to ask if we could use that outdoor space. We're gonna be also hosting a vendors market. This is for the North Elementary PTO Booster Club.
That's good.
All of the funds that we are going to be raising throughout the year are meant to be used for the student activities for the North Elementary students. It will also, a little bit of it, be going to, things that they need, like I know right now, they're asking for headphones. So right now, parents are gonna have to provide those, cause we're just getting our group started. But we hope later on in the year to be able to have the funds so our group can donate
Very good.
headphones or whatever it is that they need.
Takes a
And then-
concerted effort.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I pass these slides?
Yes, sure.
So it's gonna be on October 20th, on Sunday from 12 to 6, but I did ask for 11 to 7, so we can have an hour before and an hour after for
Thank you.
setup and breakdown.
Very well. Commissioner Morales, makes a motion to approve.
Second the motion, Judge, and thank you for our kids and thank you for checking in.
Thank you.
It's our
Seconded by
first year,
Mr.
so
Solis.
we hope to keep it going.
You know, these events are always really nice, and that open
Yes,
pavilion
it-
fills up,
it
and
gets the whole
it's
community
comfortable in there.
together. Yes,
So,
yeah, we're also gonna have other, like, things, we have the vendors, so hopefully they get all the sales that they possibly can, but we're also gonna have things going on for fun for the kids, we're gonna have some moon jumps, we're gonna have a hayride. We're still planning on figuring out if we're gonna do like pumpkin painting, or maybe if we're gonna get little canvases for them to paint, but there will be side activities for the kids while parents are shopping.
okay, so it's Sunday, October the 20th, okay?
Yes.
All right, you got a motion?
Sorry.
Yes.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Just a quick question. Does the PTO make as a percentage of sales, or
No.
you just for the
It's
rental,
non-
the booth, or?
Yeah, it's nonprofit, 100% of the money will go to the school, so we got started because the principal asked us if we could help raise money for the Jamaica that's gonna be hosted at North Elementary on the 30th. They had told us that it takes around 8,000 to host that event, so we started at 0, we're not gonna be able to raise 8,000 in less than
It's
a
just a
month.
little hope for the school since their funding got.
No, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
So-
so whatever we
Wondering.
can raise is to help for whatever the school needs. They've asked us for the Jamaica, so we're gonna try and get what we can for that later in the future. Also, I know you mentioned earlier about the seniors class, like end of school
Yeah.
trip. So North Elementary hasn't had the best, field trips, so we hope to be able.
Yeah,
we
and all
talked to
takes
the
monies,
principal.
yes.
Yeah, cause I know last year I think it was a pre-K, they didn't have a field trip, so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard because you want all the kids to go,
Well, I
so.
think
Want
it-
them to, yeah, so whatever we can help with,
Yes.
the principal did say a lot of it, the budget goes towards busing the students to wherever it is that they're gonna go,
And
so,
that's what I was gonna tell you, it's not because of
yeah.
budget cuts.
It's, yeah,
It's that we need to take them somewhere we can.
Yeah.
So.
yeah,
It's just sometimes I know the funding is really hard, cause she did mention about the buses that I believe she paid out of pocket for them, so.
yeah,
That's what our role is, to help them as much as we can financially, because it's hard right now.
Thank you for setting up.
Especially if you're gonna be renting those, charter buses.
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
yes, for sure, so if anything, we can help and maybe send them a little further. I know usually the parents will, like whenever they went to the movies, the parents paid for the ticket for them to get in, and the school takes care of the transportation,
Yeah.
so maybe we can help with the transportation and
Something.
get them a little further for a little more
Yes.
fun.
Okay, so weather should be nice and.
Yes,
Okay.
hopefully so, and it has the shade and everything, so.
Good deal, well, good luck.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, thank you so much.
Shall we go to item 34 as well, please?
Okay, good. Did we approve it, Mary Jane?
Yes.
In a second?
It was more.
Item, which one?
34.
34? To request authorization, item number 34 is to request authorization to use the Osvaldo Ramirez Show Barn on December the 14th, 2024 to conduct a hog prospect show. Mr. Gabriel Lopez?
It'll be Newfie.
Yes. Yes, sir, you could. morning. Good
Morning,
morning, sir.
We just wanted to request if we can, borrow, hacer un swine, prospect show. And, whatever we earn on it, we're gonna give it to the 4-H, donate it to them, if we get any. We're gonna try to get, get them some food and everything out there.
So although everything's gonna go back to 4-H.
Yeah, sí, porque había hablado con, I had talked to Jesse. And he was needing some help, trying to bring in some, for the kids, so. I mean,
Do we know if there's
It
gonna be
doesn't conflict
interfere?
with the other, cause we have another prospect show and.
That's a week before.
So this is
We
after?
have one back to back.
Yeah, they didn't request permission for us to join them. So they, I don't know, they told people that they couldn't squeeze us in with the same process.
So as long as there's no conflict, Judge, I make a motion to approve the use of Osvaldo Ramirez.
Yeah, that would benefit the 4-H.
Yeah, it'll be a good
Yeah.
schooling for all the youth in our
Okay.
community.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion?
Thank
All
you.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Duffy, for helping out the 4-H program. Thank you.
Item number 31 is to approve the use of Zapata County Community Center parking lot on October 31st, 2024 for the trunk or treat. Sheriff, Mr. Officer Valera, good to see you, sir.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. So we're bringing a trunk or treat on the 31st.
Good deal.
Our goal is to bring public safety, DPS, fire department, any local first responder agency to the community center. I know we're gonna see a lot of traffic that day, so we want to try to have a lot of that traffic there. We're at public safety, so that way we can give the kids some candies and they can.
Very well.
There's no events going on in that day?
Ms. Laura, anything going on that day at the?
No.
No? Okay, so we're good to go.
Make a motion to approve, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Lee, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
I think, that'd be it. We can go back.
All right, we'll move on to item number 10, reports and presentations. It's an update on the USDA food program. Mr. Ramiro Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
It's been a while.
Yes, Mr. Hernandez, good to see you. So, you've been staying busy.
Yes, very. A lot of programs that like you were saying, for the year 2024-25. So there's a lot of things happening and so forth. So we're, gonna try to bring 2 programs to Zapata where we're serving our foods and facilities, for the kids is doing the same thing. So it'll be, I'm looking on grabbing a grant for the, but it's, where we hire students. I had it at the Boys and Girls Club back in the day, so what it was is that it volunteered so many hours, and then would get a scholarship at the end of the year. So we applied for that, and I'm just awaiting now for the approval, so we can start doing that,
So currently, this USDA food program, you provide meals to students at some of our facilities?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember exactly.
Yes.
Which facilities, or I know you had some nonprofit churches that were helping you for some.
Right,
Okay.
so, last year, we served 36,360 meals, from, October 1 through the last day of school, which I think it was in May, I think it was the first week of June. Now, we've been doing this we're going on 10 years. So you multiply 36,360 times 10, that'll give you the amount. And I'm lowballing it because we did the summers back in the day, we're not doing the summers currently. So if you multiply 36,360 times 5 years, or 10 years, guess 60 months is 5 years, so 120 months times 36,360 gives you the amount of meals that we have serviced Zapata County since the beginning of when we started the program. And you want to give me that number?
Well, it's a lot. That's more than 250,000. In 10 years? 360.
How much?
$360,000.
10 years. 363,000.
Yeah. 360, 3,600.
So that's what we've serviced with the community.
And who's eligible for these meals?
It's, everybody's eligible. There's no restrictions, there's no requirement as far as to be a member or anything like that.
Who
It's,
funds this?
the program, it's from Texas Agricultural Department.
From USDA.
From USDA.
Yeah.
Are these
So what-
posted on social media on a daily basis, weekly basis?
Daily basis.
And your current sites for delivery are?
Right now, we service SYT, the honorable judge helps me out over there, so we service there at the library. And then coming back this way, I'm gonna start that way, go back this way, and then head, west. So then from there, we go to the pavilion. And from the pavilion, we were servicing in Siesta Shores, but we tried to find another location. So there's another church that was available, and I need to talk to the main church in Laredo that we serviced a couple of years ago.
Right, I remember you had a church, working with a church in that area.
Yes.
And the pavilion, is it indoors or is it the open pavilion?
No, it's on the indoor pavilion.
Inside?
Yeah, it's only, and ahorita, let me go the routes first. And then from there, Siesta Shores, we go to Falcon Lopeño, or Lopeño and Falcon. So right now, we're not servicing in Lopeño, so Lopeño's traveling to Falcon to get the meals. We never got the key back, and apparently that key went back to Commissioner Mendoza. So
I don't know if that facility there needs a lot of work, that Lopeño Rec Center. I think, Laura, do you know the status of the Lopeño Rec Center? It's in bad shape? The Lopeño, the center's good?
It was, but
So, and the pavilion, so the pavilion is used to cook or to distribute?
No. So those are our routes,
Okay.
that we have. So now I'm gonna go to the cooking. Okay, cause
You had mentioned to me that you had a mobile kitchen.
So what I went ahead and did, with my own personal funds, I bought a mobile kitchen. It's a trailer. It's parked over here by, off of Highway 16, across from the Family Dollar. The new one, it's on the left. It's right catty corner from Demos.
Okay.
Okay, so we've been renting storage space from there, and we have, it's white, you can't miss it, it's the only one there.
So that's where you cook them?
We cook all our meals there. So everything is to standards, to code, as it should be. We get monitored, once in a while they'll come over, maybe on a 90-day or 120-day, or they'll wait till the new year and then they'll come in and check everything.
Well, I mean, I know you've been at this for a while, so I guess you know how the program works. And now, so do mainly kids, right? Do they eat inside the city, or is it a pickup and go, or?
We serve the meal, you can't stop them if they leave.
Okay,
So-
but you have to serve the meal inside the facility?
Yes, it's gotta be.
That's
inside.
part of the
Yeah,
requirement?
that's part of the requirement. What they do with the meal, once it's served, then we have no say, on what they're gonna do with it.
And this is every day?
Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
From 4
Well,
to 5:30.
And that's where I think the pavilion, which is used considerably, I think you saw, I don't know if you heard the amount, that's where it might create a conflict with events that, in the pavilion, I see.
Yeah, I see an issue there with all of that.
I don't know what other facility could, cause I think, Laura, you have problems.
using the-
Well, you want, can you come up, Laura, please? I think part of the problem. Good morning, Ms. Laura.
They were using the open pavilion before, and then they went back into the pavilion.
And that creates a problem for you for
Yes,
events?
Yes.
So, yeah.
The
They don't
decorating
let
and
us
stuff.
go in because they're using,
But the issue with the
and,
event,
and then we have to go back and clean again.
Yeah, no, I can see that, no matter how hard you wanna clean after yourself, after
the thing is, sir, is that when you have events, we're out. We don't serve that day.
No, you all do. On Fridays, you all do. Thursdays and Fridays, you all do, because the decorators go in on Thursdays, and Ms. Serna, we tell them that, for them to step out.
Ms. Serna doesn't tell anybody to step out. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, but it's a conflict. I mean, yeah, we're not gonna go into.
Well, then, can we serve Monday through Thursday then, in there, and we won't serve on Fridays?
But still, you have to prepare that event.
Yeah.
Most events happen, they could happen any day of the week, but the majority are either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, I would assume.
No, and then they have to do all the cleaning.
Well, I think that would be where I think we could.
How many kids, I'm talking about the pavilion area?
There are about, we went from 35, we're right at 50 now.
Days, 50 days?
Yeah.
The school district having facilities, Commissioner? That might be an option.
Because if we don't use, the reason we were using the pavilion, okay, the way it started was, we were using the pavilion at the beginning, and we never had any issues at all, okay? Then we started having issues because we were, the program, the individuals that were working it were always being blamed for toilets being dirty,
Well, I mean,
broken. and
okay.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
happens, cause
Yeah.
people.
But, you know, if you're using it.
Well, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
But when here's one thing that I've always recommended to the courts, is that there is no accountability after an event.
Oh, there is. The crew has to go in there and clean it up, and
No,
if there's
a sheet-
something wrong.
A sheet to check everything off.
Judge, what about the lines though? Would that
I
be an
don't know,
option?
you know what, would that be an option?
Conceivably, Judge,
Most of
Right
the time
down,
it's
it's
not
right down the
being-
street.
Right down the street,
it's
the
right
same
down the
vicinity.
street.
Avoid
I have to
issues.
check with the,
Mr. Villarreal.
right,
Aurelio.
with the officers and see if that may be a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea.
And that fits more than 50 people in there.
Yeah, possibility, possibility.
But
Look
then-
at
Cause if
It
we
is
don't.
creating, so Ms. Laura is short-staffed, we're all short-staffed, right?
Right.
And so if she's having to do double cleaning on multiple facilities, it just, I mean,
But
we
the
wanna
thing-
help, but it's creating a problem for us.
Okay, well, the thing is that we don't leave a mess. And every time that Ms. Laura calls is after an event. That's when she lets us know.
Yeah.
Just like this last time when she went in there, and we're the ones that called her because one of the light fixtures was broken. And
Well, and regardless, we have events there, because of the conflict with events happening midweek, late week, and on a weekly basis, it's creating a problem to keep the area clean for events, and so that's, it's not that we don't wanna use it, just, there's a conflict there, and
Just avoiding conflict, that's
Just
why.
try and
I
find
think
a
maybe
different
an alternative space.
I think that'd be a good location.
So it has to be indoors.
the feeding has to be indoors, that's it. So when they go in there, Miss Science IE right there with the little kitchen thing is out there, they go, they grab the meal, and then they go. Nobody's in there. And she cleans up afterwards, she throws the trash, there's nothing in there, and then she's done for the day. It's from 4 to 5:30.
So the meals are provided in a styrofoam?
In a styrofoam container and everything, they're ready to go.
With foil paper, they don't have the ones that are covered.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are like that, the other ones are 3-part
So they
compartments.
They spill,
They spill the milk, they spill everything.
yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, you know what? I'm stepping away from the pavilion, all right? I'm
Yeah,
just
well,
gonna-
we're trying to,
No, the reason being is this, sir, I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, we need to find an alternative space for you, it's not, I mean, we're grateful that you're doing this program for the kids. We need to avoid conflicts.
No, I understand. I don't want any conflicts. That's why I'm telling you, I'll just shut it down.
Well, let's wait and see if we can find, I think the Lions Club was a good, maybe a really good possible choice, a good building.
Which is great, and I appreciate you guys for helping us out with that, to continue
So
serving the
we'll
community.
see how we progress from here, but.
How do we do it now, between now and then?
Well, we can have an answer for you, I think, rather quickly.
What about the mobile one that's there next to the pavilion?
No van a caber ahí.
No, Lions Club is looking to, Lions Club is
And I don't know about the show barn.
No, the show barn's unhealthy.
Yeah, it's not healthy for.
Not for certain.
I guess we'll talk to Aurelio and see if we can get an answer, and we'll, get back.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
So we served this week?
Well, do you have any events this week?
We're booked for the
Since
entire
when?
year.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, they,
They come in on Thursday to set up.
So then give me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for, see what we can find an alternative side.
Yes, and then the alternative side.
So you won't stop the program?
Right. I don't wanna stop the program because, I mean, you and I mean, after I came from the club, you and I started this thing, with the county and it just flourished, from there.
Especially if the numbers are there, what you're telling us, and people are, certainly, their kids are getting, especially the kids, but you said it's open, so elderly can go, anybody can go?
Well, no, it's from ages of 1 through 18 and then.
1 through 18.
18 or older if they have a disability. If they have a disability, there's no.
Who determines the disability? Like, do they have to take a form saying that they're disabled or?
No, I mean, you know.
Okay.
We're gonna take the parents'
Word,
yes.
All right, well, we'll do that, Ms. Lara.
So Monday through Wednesday?
Wednesday, make sure.
If one way to alleviate miscommunication, or like you were saying, is she has my number, all she has to do is send me
Well, I'm sure
on this, yeah, I know, she's got my number, she can send me a text like she used to and tell me, hey, on this day, we're gonna have this. So we would work all the way to the day before.
I just don't want her staff to have to clean it.
We have to go clean.
You're gonna have to go.
Yes.
After us?
No, yes, sir, and you know it.
I think we found a solution. You know, your program's not gonna stop. We're looking for an alternative space, so, you know.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
You might have to hire somebody else to help you clean it.
No, sir.
Have you got one person to clean? For 50 kids?
¿Mande?
For 50 kids?
Pues, no se quedan ahí, no se tire la leche que te en copas with a lid.
Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, Commissioners, moving on to other action items, we'll deliberate and consider action on item number 11. It's a lengthy one. To discuss and consider regarding the hiring of a Zapata County Chief Financial Officer, CFO. This individual will serve in the capacity of the Chief Financial Officer for the county, with responsibility to include overseeing the financial operations of the county, ensuring compliance with state and federal regulations, managing the county budget, supervising financial reporting, and providing fiscal recommendations to Commissioners Court. Basically, this item, Counselor, is regarding Operation Lone Star and continued funding to the county that was approved through the governor's office. They are requesting or requiring that either a county treasurer or the county auditor serve as a chief financial officer, which should be part of their capacities. They are unwilling to serve in the same manner from the initial grant in 2021. I don't know if you're in receipt of the letter that was sent by the county auditor this morning.
I read it, Judge.
Certainly, I am in complete disagreement with some of his thoughts or points regarding how the grant was administered and compensation regarding salaries to employees. Certainly, we went through that together with the governor's office. All the reimbursements were made, and then, you know, because of the lack of cases, yes, this initial funding for 2025 did not include court administration. But in the initial grant, and you may elaborate on that, Counselor, we went through different meetings with the governor's office, and the process that was approved by the court, and with your opinion on it also, was above board, and certainly completely disagree with the assertions that the county auditor is making in that letter to the court.
Well, he's also making reference to an issue with overtime, Judge, which was not part of the original issue that we had discussed before the court, Judge. In reference to this, Judge, I believe he gave an option that he'd be willing to do it, I guess, if the authorized official was the sheriff. And currently it's it's your honor's, office, or?
Yeah, it's, like, usually the county judge is the authorized official. The court, over the years, has delegated authorization to the sheriff, to other, it's never been an issue. So I have a problem
I'm not
with
certain what
that.
the issue
but-
is, Judge. What are the consequences if, neither one of these individuals chooses to do
We have submitted,
job.
for approval, and that's why I brought this before the court through our, grant administrator and our grant writer to seek, approval from the state to hire an outside.
a third party?
A third party, and certainly it would cost the county funds. These would be county funds that would be, utilized, to hire this individual, to keep tabs on the grant. Certainly is not something that I would prefer, but it's very difficult for us to lose, $1.2 million because two individuals are not wanting to do their, what I say is their constitutional duty. And we met this resistance, with the initial grant, the $3.9 million award back in 2021. We were able to, maneuver our way through this and bring, those monies into the county. Overtime, employee salaries, equipment, to the county, that normally we would have not been able to purchase. So if we would have listened to these two individuals back in 2021, the county would have been left out, without any of these funds. So another thought, that he brought up, another point was, the desk review that was made on the 2021 grant. And last week, yes, we had auditors from the state of Texas. Like every other county that is participating in
Everyone gets
Operation
audited.
Lone Star is receiving an audit. And, I can share to you some of the highlights. I know, Counselor, you were feeling ill at that time, but, some of the, I think, generalizations, that were made on the exit interview were that basically, so the generalizations, and of course, the attendees that were there in the exit interview were myself, Roxy Elizondo, OLS Program Director, Dr. Rodriguez, who was the OLS grant writer and administrator for the grant, Mr. Triunfo Gonzalez was there, and Mr. Joe Pena from the Sheriff Department was there. And I guess a summary, they will be, issuing a final written report, within a few weeks. But the summary, included some of the problems that we saw back in 2021, which basically, timesheet and activity log inconsistencies. And certainly those timesheets and payroll is the responsibility of the treasurer and the auditor to begin with. They have not, since 2021, which is something that was identified in our audit for 2021 by our external auditors, that the, I guess, uniformity of some departments not registering their attendance through the system that the county bought and supplied to every department, which is the visual system. Some departments are continuing to use manual punch cards. And in the end, the treasurer is approving payment and salary payments to these employees by written timesheets and disregarding the actual timesheets that are being reported through the system. So that is totally out of line, and that's something that he should control, and the auditor should control, regardless if it's a grant or not, and it's not being done by those departments. So that was one of the findings. There was earning statements discrepancy, and because of the same thing that the failure to monitor the internal actions of timekeeping, there was discrepancies regarding hours that were submitted as part of the grant, as working on the grant, and a difference in the timesheet submittal that was actually used through the system. So, and they were paying the actual written hours instead of only paying what actual time that the employee was actually approved for with the system. So that was one of the findings. Also, uniformity on the approval process. The approval process for timesheets and activity logs lacks consistency. Incomplete time cards activity reports, and not aligning with earnings statement. So all in all, it goes back to those two departments that are not fulfilling their functions. And then they in turn are saying, no, we don't wanna be part of this system because, the things aren't being done right. It's their own departments that are not, fulfilling, the requirements of the wishes of the Commissioners Court. We approved the system to be used, and that system is being haphazardly used by some departments, some departments are not. That was not the intent of the court. Also, something that was established was a, excuse me, our inventory. There is not a uniform system to secure and monitor our inventory. Serial numbers are not being processed on equipment. Vehicles are not being properly, approved for, and so we are not in compliance with our inventory system, something that the auditor is responsible. Regardless if it's a grant or not, there is no consistency in our inventory, keeping track of our inventory. And basically that was it. There was no mention of their peculiar problem with us, with the grant, as far as our salary compensation to our employees, especially to the core employees that were responsible for court administration. There was no findings on that.
What's a shame, Judge, is that it appears that the primary motivation is that some employees are getting salary bumps or whatever the case is, while others aren't, you know. But the truth is that this grant is for very specific purposes, Judge. You know, certain departments are more heavily involved than others, you know. And we've had these 2 years that we were on it, and we've taken advantage of some of these monies, but it would be an absolute shame for the county to turn away $1.2 million in these dire economic times, at least that the county's facing, just because we have some individuals that do not want to participate in the grant, you know, and I just don't see.
And basically, Counselor,
it'd be a shame, Judge.
if the state allows us to move forward and hire a competent individual to monitor what these individuals have failed over the last 13 years, I think would be a very productive choice for the court. They have totally ignored what was brought up in 2021 by our external auditors that say that the uniformity of the timesheets of grants, that was brought up with Operation Lone Star in 2021. The auditor and the treasurer failed to request reimbursements for a whole year. The county funded that grant an entire year, and once the external auditors brought that to their attention, they failed to provide accurate timesheets, and the same thing we're encountering today. So the system that they are supposed to be monitoring and making sure that every hour is accounted for, is not being done. So if we hire somebody, unfortunately have to hire somebody because these individuals are either incompetent or unwilling to do what basically one was elected to do and the other one was appointed to do. The auditor has complete authority over monitoring departments, auditing departments. Has he ever done that in his 13 years that you're aware of? That ever audited to see exactly what the inventory list is, what the hours are being paid to any department, what's going on in any department? I'm not aware of it.
Counselor, now is it possible for the court to take action in mandating that every employee must use a time clock to clock?
We've done that, Commissioner, and we can reinforce that today.
It's already been done, Commissioner, the order by
And
the
what are the
Commissioners.
consequences for somebody not following those?
They don't get paid or get fired, but.
You don't get paid.
Yes,
You don't
it's very
follow
simple.
the-
We've done that, Commissioner, over the years, but the treasurer continues to pay these individuals. They continue to rely on department heads saying, here, I worked 80 hours. It's almost like the honor system. And it doesn't work for grants. it's working for us, they're getting away with the county.
Well, I think we gotta enforce it. I know taxpayers, you know, would definitely want us to enforce it
Absolutely.
and to do our duty.
That's the right thing, it's the appropriate, thing as stewards for taxpayer dollars.
Yes, we've done it, we've got the state-of-the-art
You don't
system.
clock in the appropriate way, you're not gonna get paid.
So
You
those,
have to.
that was the majority of the findings of that exit interview, which is fixable, very fixable. There was, but it's something that we've dealt with for many years, and it hasn't been corrected in those two offices. And now, the governor's office, I guess, is not aware that they're requiring that either the treasurer or the auditor be in charge, reasonably so, but they're not aware that they've been in charge with all these grants and have failed to actually accurately monitor them over the years. Operation Stone Card, 2020, we were here. No reimbursements were made for a year and a half.
Judge, how much would this position cost the county?
Commissioners, I would say that we need approval from the state first to see if we can get an outside financial officer. And then we'd have to see, depending on, you know, their qualifications and see who's interested.
Does the grant afford, any type of compensation for third-party,
No.
financial officers?
No, I asked that question, so this would be on the county's,
We'd have to flip a bill.
yes. It'd have to be a county employee to be a chief financial officer.
And how
So
long-
he would have to be a county employee.
How long will it take the state to give us an answer, do you know?
We are waiting for an answer this week, hopefully, and then they might not approve it. You know, the email I received from the governor's office is because of the findings of the 2021 external audit that saw all of these problems with that grant, they are requiring that either the auditor or the treasurer be the chief financial officer. I informed them they were the chief financial officer when this grant was being operated, and they're the ones that failed. So it's like, they allowed us in 2021, when both of them denied to do their duties, they allowed us to seek another county employee, which is from the county clerk's office, and I appreciate what she did, because she enabled the county to bring in $3.5 million. But now, because of that grant and the audit that was reported to the state, the findings, they will not allow anybody other than the treasurer or even though they were the ones that were operating these grants.
Well, it definitely puts Zapata County in a very difficult position, Judge, with the, I guess, their unwillingness to participate in this grant, Judge. But it would be an absolute shame if Zapata County were to lose $1.2 million.
And the majority?
Of free money.
Just because they don't agree with
Would be a shame.
what the governor's office allocated. I didn't even request that.
Right.
They allocated those positions. They allocated funding exactly what they wanted those monies to be.
And especially for additional law enforcement funds and services to be provided to the community, Judge. I can't imagine there'd be a single taxpayer in Zapata County that would be opposed to $1.2 million.
It's already affecting us, Counselor. Of course, deputies, this past month, they were working OLS. I informed the sheriff, because of what's going on, there are no OLS funds. So there are no more overtime for county sheriffs, deputies. And the result is, and I've heard through very reliable sources, there's gonna be a mass exodus of deputies because no overtime is being paid. Rightly so.
This definitely helps there, you know, especially through the tough times that we're going through, you know, in the country right now, financial wise. This definitely helps out, you know, the officers. And of course, it's gonna help out, you know, us, the citizens of Zapata for public safety as well. So it goes all around, so it's definitely gonna affect us.
And the big issue, I mean, I think that, you know, it's just a resident of Zapata County. The diminished law enforcement presence that we're gonna have within our community. 'Cause we're not having these overtime hours, you know, that would be available out patrolling, out doing these different things, so. It's, puts us in a very difficult position. No
Well,
doubt.
Judge, we can also have a memo, sent out to all the department heads in reference to the time clock, mandating them to.
And, yes, and we should, be conducting audits on all the inventory, and make sure we have serial numbers. One of the requests that was made was they wanted to know the entire inventory of the county regardless if it's a grant or not. So with that, so department heads and elected officials, need to get with their employees and make sure they find out what they have with serial numbers and provide them. And that's something that the auditor should be doing on a constant basis. But I doubt we have.
Do we have a method, to record all these serial numbers, Judge? Do we have a program for it?
Well, I'm sure that there's a program out there.
No, I'm sure that one exists, I'm wondering, do we have?
Yeah, well, we're not counting it. I'm not aware that we're doing that.
Company venía and it was kind of.
They did request, and I, you know, repeated twice,
What I'm
you
saying,
want
Counselor-
all the inventory regardless of whether it was OLS or not.
What I'm saying, Counselor, any spreadsheet will work as long as we have, I'm sure that's what they're requiring, as long as we have it documented, I think that'd be great. You know, for now, until we get a program, but I think any spreadsheet we should do.
So the report will be out, within a few weeks, the final report. And then, they'll require us to have a plan of action within 10 days. And I can tell you the plan of action is the same plan of action that we made in 2021, that was not fulfilled by the same department. So, I think they'll be basically hoping for the same requirements, hopefully they'll go ahead and do it this time, but yes, that is what is going on, it's been going on for a long, long time, and especially the auditor and the treasurer have the authority not to make those payments, especially when the court already issued an order saying they have to use the system. If they don't use the system, they don't get paid. Do we have time to be monitoring every single payment? But that's certainly their job, to make sure that they follow what the Commissioner's Court ordered. And they haven't been done, they didn't do it with this grant. Certainly, they were very concerned, with this grant, that you think they would have taken extra care and precautions to say, oh, we can't do this. The timesheet is different from, no, it's just do the same thing.
I say let's send out that memo, Nelly, and no exceptions, you know, you don't clock in, you don't get paid, simple as that. That's my stand on it.
I think the majority of departments are using the system. It's a few handful that, no, I'm the elected official, I do it the way I want. Well, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, so, but those were the findings, I guess.
Findings of the.
So, yeah.
Well.
Better internal, timesheets and keep our inventory in check. And I know it's lacking, so. But other than making purchases that we weren't supposed to, of course not. Every purchase that was made through the grant was pre-authorized through the governor's office. We were pre-authorization.
All our purchases were inventoried as well.
Inventory.
Do you know
The county
presented for inspection?
We were, and it's a law enforcement grant, there was 10 vehicles, 6 for the sheriff's department, and 4, one for each constable. I think the constables had vehicles from 2006, they were barely running, so it was something that was very needed, their law enforcement. So that was 10, I know the county attorney received, 3 vehicles for your investigators. County judge's office received 1 vehicle that is used for OLS, our JPs were using considerably, and then the district judge's bailiff received 1. So there was 15 vehicles that were purchased through Operation Lone Star that provided invaluable service to the community, and
would have never been afforded by the county.
We would
Do
have
you know
never
we have all
afforded
all the vehicles that were purchased through OLS? Do we have the inventory on it? Are they here?
We had the
Did
serial
we
numbers for
receive
all of them. There was one sheriff's vehicle that may have been in transit, I'm not sure on that one, so they, I don't know if they've received all 6.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, Judge.
All
we have
computer equipment that we had, everything that was purchased through all this has been presented and visibly inspected.
We're just gonna have to add serial numbers.
Right, we don't have any serial numbers, but
And
we
you have to,
presented
you have to
everything that was
mark the
purchased.
vehicle that was purchased with OLS funds, correct?
Yeah.
On the vehicle itself? Okay.
Yeah, we need to-
Yeah, you need to mark that as well, that's
So-
my understanding.
I mean, something that is very doable, and the salary issues, it'll come up. Those departments that did not follow, their pay procedures, we'll see what turns out on that.
That's beyond our control. Also, for the record, Judge, the court, this is just for the record, the court did not, you mentioned it earlier, but the court did not, choose what departments, what positions got, the pay. That was from the state of, Texas, that was from the governor's office, so that's just for.
Yeah.
They outlined the departments that
That's
would
why we
have an
brought
active
Dr.
role.
Rodney,
Yeah.
last time to give that, well, he didn't come, but he gave out that,
See, initially, it didn't allow, we were self-administering, which is, my staff was, Roxy and Monica were helping. Then the state, because of the complexity of the grant, did allow to bring in outside administrators. And that's what we did, and it really helped out, certainly to administer the grant. We, of course, it was the court approved helping the governor's initiative initially. So we received funding for that, and it's, I think it's very beneficial to our county to receive this fund. But it's very sad, the extreme fight we had to put up. The auditors were very surprised that the grant began in 2021, and we actually didn't start processing payments until late 2022. We spent almost a year and a half fighting amongst each other, over,
How many calls between the governor's office and you and I, Judge, that we back and forth trying?
And here we go again, same thing all over again.
So it was about a year that, I know my office did not use any of the funds that were awarded because we were stuck in the middle of the fight of paying and not paying. So.
And because they actually paid 6 or 7 months of back pay, of course it caught the attention of the auditors. But that's, all of those are self-inflicted because we were fighting amongst each other. And so it was certainly, but I'm confident and certainly, that the desk review, those findings are all they're gonna have.
So no action, Judge, on 11?
Yeah, on 11, I would say, I can bring it back, Commissioners. I just wanted to see how we can proceed, without these 2 individuals not helping, the county, their continued refusal, to help the county out and do their duties.
So table it or take?
Motion to table.
Table.
Second, motion to table by Commissioner Lee, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion table. Item number 12 is to approve payment to Capex Consultant in the amount of $30,000 for professional services in relation to Ignis Energy. Commissioners, this is a solar project in the San Ignacio area that we, of course, approved the tax abatement contract with them. They had sent the $30,000 payment that is due to the consultant. So we received the $30,000 last week. And so now we can go ahead and pay Mr. Stover. It doesn't cost the county any money.
Motion to approve the payment, Judge, for 30,000 to, Capex Consultant.
Motion by, Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales, and like I mentioned, this project is, there, about 4 miles east of San Ignacio. So I hear 2025 will be the year that, we approve 4 or 5 of these projects. Hopefully we'll get them online. So motion second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. I worked hand in hand with,
I know you did,
Mr. Snowden
yes.
with Capex Consulting, so.
Yes.
He was on ball with that and constant
I
negotiation.
appreciate
back
that,
and
Mr.
forth.
Fidel. Yeah, that's correct.
So-
Jeff would tell me, he would, relay everything by you and
He
make
put
sure.
a lot of work in there, so
Yeah.
I know he did.
Okay. Item number 13 is, to accept donation of a 30-foot easement to Zapata County for a road to the Bustamante Cemetery of Highway 16. Commissioners, I received a call, from Mr. De Los Santos.
Sí. Jose
So-
de los Santos.
Jose Luis de los Santos. So the county, there's a Bustamante Cemetery. Of course, I think it's one of these cemeteries that basically is maybe considered private, semi-private, but the county over the years has maintained it. I think we're allowed to continue to maintain it.
Has it been declared a historical monument of any sort that we are aware of? Because then it becomes a public interest issue if it's been declared as such.
I'm not sure on that. You know what? The road they're using, the entrance is on, this gentleman's properties, the road that's being used. He just wants to make a formal declaration easement.
If we accept that it becomes the responsibility of somebody, whether it's declared a road or not, an official road, it just now becomes the responsibility of the county to upkeep.
I just don't know, yes, and we are maintaining it to some, respect currently. I just don't know if 30 feet is sufficient.
If 30 feet is, I don't even think that's,
Mr. Gonzalez,
allowable by
for engineering.
by the state, is it?
We would recommend 50-foot, Judge, if we could. I don't know if he has
What-
50-foot, but on the county's,
It's a 1 acre lot, I don't know the dimensions of it, and of course, part of the item was, we need to hire an engineer to survey it and make sure, and then, Counselor, I guess you'd have to
I
do
would
some
draft the
research.
paperwork of the granting of right of way or easement or whatever it is that we end up doing, but
Now, some of the comments I received, from the person representing him was that there may be another owner.
okay.
So-
If it's not free and clear, Judge, if we only had say there's multiple owners, Judge, and there's only one individual that is agreeing to, that does not grant
I
us
think,
the
and
right.
so I kind of told him, we need to clarify that first.
So there has to be a title,
Search.
search on it, Judge.
Yeah.
If we want it free and clear for the.
Yeah, well, he's donating the road to us basically.
Yeah. Okay, well, that one is well done.
And, I guess it was in regards to putting at least a gate, a cattle guard, and the Caliche Road and the fence that is
Yeah,
maintained.
so, and that's all, very reasonable
Doable.
to request, but it did catch my attention, he said, well, there may be a sister that owns half of it or doesn't own half of it, and I don't know if they've done a partition.
We could table it
Yeah.
for now.
If title's a little clouded, Judge, it does us no good get, a easement from one individual if there's other individuals that actually have an interest in the
And
property.
that did, catch my attention, that,
Judge, I'll make a motion to table pending, title search.
and I guess 50-foot would be the recommendation, if we move forward.
Minimum 50.
Yeah, but
Mr.
with,
Gonzalez,
motion
is
to
50 feet enough for a safe
That was his recommendation.
traverse of the,
yeah.
okay.
Motion to table by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales, all those in
So
favor?
is,
say-
Your Honor ordering a title search on this, or?
I'm gonna ask them to clear up their title.
Yeah, right, Judge,
So,
I mean.
I don't want them to bring me a document and say, okay, I've got a partition.
Yeah, I think that'd be appropriate, Judge, because we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't wanna
make the
spend money,
easement, right.
and then it's, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Motion to table, all those in favor say aye. Motion tabled. Item number 14 is to approve the fiscal year 25 vine service renewal. This is an annual renewal for the victim notification system, Commissioners. I don't know, Counselor, it's a long contract.
Right, I believe that's one that Roxy had sent me
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, Judge. And it's one that I've reviewed already. And the SAVNS is, which one, Judge? What is
The
that
Vines.
acronym for, the next one?
Line service renewal?
No, that one is, no, that's a different one.
Oh, that's something else, okay.
Yeah.
But yes, the Vines, Judge, I have reviewed that one.
Okay.
Motion to approve as presented, Judge.
Motion to approve as presented by Commissioner Solis, and I think our yearly, our yearly obligation is not considerable at
$5,935.
Yeah, they're usually pretty nominal on those, Judge.
How
I
much
think
is-
we're told it is.
Is it this one?
No, that's the other one.
It's under.
I don't recall, Judge, I'm sorry, I don't remember where.
It's minimal, I think it's more like 1,500, I just,
I remember it being low, I just don't remember what the exact was.
but we'll,
It's in it, 593512,
but that's for the other one, just, the next contract.
because that's under
That's for the Savannah.
Yeah, no, this one be the line.
Yeah, the line.
Is it under line? On that one?
Yeah, that's the one we have.
Yeah, they're related, so, yeah, it's 5,000.
935.12.
Yes, okay.
I'll add that to the motion, RJ.
Motion to
What's
approve.
the amount?
5,935.12.
That is for item number 15, to approve the 2025 SAVNS maintenance grant contract.
So the 5,000 is for number 15.
Yes.
Okay. Does the vines have an amount?
I think they go hand in hand, so I think this is a statewide automated victim notification service.
Oh,
And
so
the
they're,
lines,
they're combined,
they're
it's a combined cost?
Yes.
Yeah, I reviewed both of them, that's why I was asking,
Yeah,
because I
I
remember
think it's the
them
same.
being
Yeah.
intertwined.
Yes.
Motion to approve also, number 15, the maintenance grant contract.
Motion by Commissioner Solis,
We need a second for the 14.
I'll second that.
second by Commissioner Gatsa. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 16 is to
So it'll be
approve
Solis
payment
got on both.
to RDO Equipment Company for dozer repairs. Commissioner, this was, on the dozer we used, for all the limbs and of course, it was at the end of the budget year. The operator said that service was due to about 500 hours service, so we went ahead and told them, we gotta get it done, we want to make sure that, so I believe RDO charges.
Grand total?
Yeah, it's on there.
1154.15?
No, that was part of it, that was parts, and then labor was $2,251 for a total of $3,592.80.
Motion to approve is presented, total $3,592 to RDO.
And this is for the shop dozer that, and we'll be paying this out of the new, I guess it's an old statement, I don't know, did it get paid from last year? Okay. Because it was on 9/25/24, September.
Did you get the total there?
Yeah, 30.
35.92 80 cents?
Yes. Item number 17 is, there's a typo here, Commissioner, to approve payment to Rafael Martinez for dozer part, it should be to Napa. So they had a hose fittings that were, it is for the dozer. And it's just the following page, but it's for Napa Auto Parts.
$54.79?
Yeah, $54.79.
Motion to approve payment of $54.79 to Napa Auto Parts.
Motion by Commissioner Morales, seconded by Commissioner Solis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And 18 is to approve payment for dozer parts at Auto Parts. And that was for, no, I think this one,
Is it duplicate?
It might be a duplicate.
so, yes, so the 1154 Commissioners was, that was for the road grader. They didn't have blades, precinct 1. So they added cutting edges, and as you can see in our RDO, so it's 1154. So I think we already approved the 500 hour, for the dozer, and the 1184 is for, it says 1154.
1154.15.
That would be for the motor grader, for precinct 1.
Oh, okay.
For blades, the cutting edge. And bolts, yeah. Alex, the foreman did reach out to me and said they needed to blade the roads, but the blades are on the.
Motion to approve the payment of $11.54.15 to RDO.
Yes, motion by Commissioner Solis to approve payment to
I'll second.
RDO for $1,154.15. Seconded by Commissioner Gatsa.
Where are we gonna pay this from?
This is county shop.
County shop?
Yeah.
From last year, correct?
Well, it was precinct 1, but he said he was out of funds, so just
Road and Bridge?
precinct 1 motor grader.
That's something from last year's budget.
Yeah. Item number 19 is to approve the transfer of Roel Ivan Guzman, slot number 23, meter reader at $11.98 an hour, to slot 27, water plant maintenance at $12.85 an hour, effective September 16, 2024.
Morning, Ralph.
Ralph, good morning.
Morning,
Good
Ralph.
deal? Yes, Mr. Royez.
Yeah.
Worked out really good for you.
Yeah, because he's got a strong mechanical background, so.
Yes, he's good.
Motion to approve the transfer, Judge?
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you. Item number 20 is to approve estimate for a cement slab at Zapata County Airport.
Looks like it's gonna be a 26 by 35, Judge, total of 9,800.
Okay, 9,800. This will be coming from RAP funds, so, he will be responsible for 10%, which is $980. The county, a portion of it.
I believe he's got two estimates, correct? So there's, two estimates. The first one was to Victor Hernandez, 26 by 35 for a total of 9,800. And the second one to Tomas Chapa, or from Tomas Chapa, same 35 by 25, 9,400 total. So I make a motion, Judge, to go with, Tomas Chapa for a total of 9,400.
Very well. The lowest bidder, motion by Commissioner Solis to go to the lowest bidder for $9,400. And this slab, I did talk to
There's the
our
same
airport
size?
director. It's needed around our fuel depot.
Yes.
Yeah. So got a motion and a second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So the county is responsible for $940. Item number 21, to approve professional service agreement between Zapata County, Texas and Andres Garcia Zuniga, MS, for inmates medical service for an annual fee of $100,000 for 2 years. And that's $100,000 per year, I believe.
Judge,
so
is
it
this the
includes-
one that we,
Yes.
we approved in the budget, right?
Yes, yes. Mr. Barrera, the money's are in the budget, so.
Yes, I believe the information I received from Chief Ramirez was that it was approved back on the 26th.
Yes.
It just needed to be signed. That was the
Okay,
information.
all right, we're good, yeah, we'll get that
We
signed.
received the contract today, we hadn't.
Oh, can you give it to me?
Yes.
Get over?
Yeah, I had already reviewed it, Judge. The only issue is that I had warned, or asked them to check with the court to make sure that the court had properly funded that,
Yeah, it's in the
that
budget, in
position.
the
So,
sheriff department.
and I think that's the only thing that they were waiting on.
Yeah, we can do it again, just
One motion to approve, the agreement between Zapata County and Andres Garcia Zuniga for, inmate medical services.
very well.
Yeah,
Motion
Judge,
and a
I
second.
believe it's $100,000
Did the
per year.
second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So $200,000 for the 2-year term.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's 100 per year.
Right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Barrera.
you, Mr. Barrera, thank you.
Mary Jane. Item number 22, to consider contracting a grant writing and management firm for the Texas Veterans Commission TVC Housing for Texas Heroes Grant. Mr. Poe.
Morning,
thank
Judge,
you.
Commissioners.
How are you, sir?
Thank you.
Veteran Service
Good.
Officer.
I believe, that Roxy received one, proposal from the same company that we've been using for the last few years.
Okay.
And, hopefully you guys can approve it. This is for 25-26. We're just getting ready for that, right now, currently, in
Do
July.
you know who, Monica, do you know, I didn't speak to Roxy on this.
Okay, I know she received one.
And do you know who it is and?
It's exactly the same as we had, for last year, which is the current one right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, Judge.
You know the name? We can recall it, can you, can you check? And maybe call, Roxy, I didn't visit with Roxy on that one, I apologize for that.
That's okay, Judge, and I should have brought it in, but I didn't pick up a copy. But in the meantime, on another subject, I did speak to Mr. Villarreal in reference to the Lions Club we were talking about earlier.
Right.
And he didn't see an issue, so maybe in the meantime, while something gets situated, that building can be used, and it would be appropriate for what the.
So I appreciate that, yeah.
So Mr. Villarreal
We
said
have
that it was-
tables, chairs already, so.
Yeah, good deal, I appreciate that.
So he
Yeah.
said that it was okay to.
Okay, well, I'll get in touch with you.
My guess would have been yes, I just didn't want to commit to lies without the, I'm not an
Thank you,
officer.
Mr. Zapata, for being proactive on this issue.
Yes.
Thank you.
And your recommendation is to go with the one from last year, to continue using the
Yes,
same?
once we get the name of the company, yes, and I just wanted to give you a report, just recently in July, we started with the grant that we got awarded. So it was $300,000 for Texas Homes for Heroes, and $200,000 for financial assistance, which is ongoing right now, and it's been, very successful, so far, so good.
Have we had applicants, yet to try to
Yes.
take advantage of the grant?
We've had, as far as for the Texas Homes for Heroes, I just spoke to Marlena this morning,
Uh-huh.
and, they've helped out 15 veterans so far.
Great.
And they spent, I think, about 115,000 of that, funding. On the financial assistance, I know we're waiting to about 80 or 90, veterans and surviving spouses that we've assisted. And closer to about maybe $90,000, that we've used. So it's been very successful, and, I wanna take time to thank you all for the support. I've told you guys before that if it wasn't for you all approving this, we wouldn't have this. There's other counties that the Commissioners Court don't feel comfortable putting up the money. The Zapata County is putting up the money, and they get reimbursed on a monthly basis. So a lot of other counties, they feel worried about doing that.
Yeah.
And, they don't.
Well,
do-
And it goes both ways, Mr. Gonzalez, if you weren't so active on this, you know, we wouldn't have it either, so thank you so much for fighting for our troops and our veterans. Thank you so much.
Good job, Mr.
Any word, Juan?
She's texting me, but.
Okay,
We'll recall it.
okay, all right, no
Okay.
problem.
All right, we'll come back to it.
23.
Yeah.
24. 24.
To solicit bids for refilling of the old Zapata County landfill to meet TCEQ requirements. Yes, Martin, we've been trying to close the landfill. I don't know the number, it's the Woody Venue landfill. What's the official number for
Yeah,
it?
it's the one,
Well, anyway, so we've been trying to close it, TCQ, and we've done a lot of work already on it, making sure that the dressing, the top dressing, of the trash is complete. SCS engineers, and TCU came back and noted that there was some, soil that needs to be added in spots to make sure that they meet all the requirements and we can officially close it. They can release our monies that, are being held in support of the landfill. I did ask, Martin to, and of course I followed up and met with the owner, the adjacent landowner, to see if we could maybe make an arrangement with him to get some soil, to add, to the landfill. And he has agreed, to allow us to pull soil from his ranch or, land, in exchange, at no cost, in exchange for some minor improvements to his property, basically blading his senderos and making a new gate. I know that the status of the commissioners and their crews, how they really don't have time to spare to work on a project that may take weeks or months if the county does it. So I recommended to Martin that we go out to bids on this project and try to get it completed as soon as possible.
How many trucks of soil are we gonna need, Judge?
I've heard approximations from 5 to 10,000 cubic yards. So it's a significant project. We thought about, maybe possibly digging a pond for the landowner. He'd rather, remove, some excess hill, dirt from a hill. So, it's his choice, but he is willing to work with us. And that would make the bidding, I think, a little cheaper for us. We don't have to, reduce the hauling costs, if it's, completely adjacent. But I told Martin we'll go out before the court, see if we wanna go out for bids, or do you wanna try to do it ourselves? Commissioners, it's up to you.
I think, with everyone being so busy right now, tied up with, especially with the rain and stuff, I think it'd be better.
Because it's gonna take a dozer, it's gonna take a track road, it's gonna take loaders, it's gonna take.
Do you have any animals in
haul
that
trucks.
property that might be?
It's vacant right now,
It's vacant.
so, yeah, he will allow us to basically knock down the fence, between his property and ours, and then, bring in the dirt, dress it to where the TCQ and SCS engineering will be comfortable with what we've done, and then,
I think this would be the fastest way to get those funds released. I think, they'll do it a little bit faster than we will.
Yeah,
do you have estimates of the amount of soil or not?
not right now with me, but I mean.
But in the plan that.
It's gonna take a lot of soil, pero I don't have them with me.
Okay.
Like as far as numbers, right, Judge, just addressing?
Yeah, as far as, well, are you gonna approach local contractors, or do we put it in the paper, or I don't, what do you recommend, you know?
Well, Judge, it kind of depends on the cost of the, these aren't professional services, Judge, and this is expected to be above, the limit county is, right, $50,000 limit.
It may, I'm thinking it may, so that's why
If above 50, Judge, then it would be prudent to go the official route for bids, Judge, which would.
Put it, place in the paper.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Just in case.
And you would have the set of plans that the contractor
Yes,
would be able to,
Yes,
to then guide themselves
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Does that make a motion to solicit bids for refilling of the old Zapata County landfill?
Including the agreement, are you okay with the agreement with the landowner? Do we need something in writing?
Well, I guess we have to have, permission from him allowing us to enter onto his property.
It'd be better, right?
If we were to include anything with the amount of dirt, we'd have to have a clarification as to how much dirt we need. I guess that would be dependent on what, have we been given the amount of dirt it would require by the engineer or whoever?
Yes, I don't have it with me right now,
Oh,
so,
okay.
so I'm sorry, I apologize for that.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
definitely need permission from.
Written permission.
Written
So
permission.
can we
from
draw
him.
something up and I'll get you the name of the owner, or?
Give me the information of the individual and then just him authorizing us to get whatever
In
truckload.
exchange, at no cost in exchange for these improvements on his, and that will be included in the bid also. Have the contractor, he basically, his entrance to the gate, the entrance to the ranch is right off of 83, and it doesn't have the funnel type gate, so he's scared, sometimes he's too close to the highway, so he basically wants just a little funnel into, his property to make it safer, very reasonable, and basically, blading his road, which I think it would be minimal cost. So I think he's being very generous with us, and I appreciate him, wanting to help. He told me, I wanna help the county whatever I can, I would just like the,
Yeah, Judge, I just need a list of what it is we're promising and of course,
Okay.
what we're getting from him in return, so.
Okay.
Motion stands, sir.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to go out for bids, to
I'll
allow
second that.
Mr. Martin Sainz to go out for bids for the refilling of the El Zapata landfill, seconded by Commissioner
Garza.
Garza. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just pending the letter of emergency.
Yes,
from the
with
owner,
pending legal review.
From the property owner,
Yes.
so.
Item number 25, to review bids and award the CFC 21-0191 Medina Addition Zapata Colonia Drainage Project.
Sure. Okay, great, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners. On this particular project, it's the drainage improvements that are on, starting on Fifth Street and then go all the way down to, Bandera Street or Costa Rica on, Esperanza Flores Edition. And we only had one bid. We advertised on the paper, we advertised online. We personally emailed it to about 20 to 30 contractors. We had a non-mandatory pre-bid meeting the week before the bid was due so that we could get an idea of how many bidders were gonna be showing up. We had 6 show up for the pre-bid meeting. We walked the project, we explained what was due or what was required. At the end of the day, only one contractor submitted, and the price is significantly higher than the funds that we have available. I'm bringing it before the court so that we can then consider a plan of action, either if we're considering to award it or we're considering to cancel the bid and rebid it. I don't know what's the
So,
first.
part of it, the bid includes, the clearing and grubbing, the alternative items?
This is, yeah, it's included, Judge, on that, so, that's $45,000.
Yeah.
Could remove the $45,000, I put it as alternative, so that the courts will be able to have.
Why is it that nobody bids? This is, I believe this is the second project that we have just one bidder.
I'm not sure, Commissioner, that I even spoke to, when they show up to the pre-bid, and some of them told me that they were not prepared for the bonding. These projects need to be bonded since we are getting funds, from the state, and, we do get audited at the
It's a
end.
bonding issue, pretty much.
It was bonding, and then the other thing that they told me, they have 3 weeks to prepare their bid. So when we send it out, I usually call them, let them know, okay, we're out for bids, your plans are on your email. If you have any questions, give us a call, and we're gonna assist them so that I want it to be as clear as possible what we're requiring of them. In this particular project, we were just mainly requiring them to put in a concrete channel. The county already cleared the first 2 blocks, and then I put it as an alternative for the county to clear the remaining blocks. And I explained that to all the contractors that showed up, and, I have it as an alternative item. Then the bids, you know, they look at it, but then when it comes time to bid, they don't show up, and I'm not, they call me afterwards, who got it, and I was like, well, you didn't bid. You know,
So we have.
I don't wanna be rude, but I mean, like, it's like, I get upset because I put a lot of effort in getting it, and then I get one bid, and I don't like bringing one bid to the court. And then when it's higher, if it was within budget, I'd be like, okay.
Let's go.
Yes.
So, we do our own drubbing, that'll take 45,000 of it, I think we're gonna have to do that, so that'll get us to 198,000?
197,500.
197,500.
How much will?
We have 90,000?
We have 90,000 in the budget we use.
So for 100,000 commissioners, we'll get that channel cleared. You know, initially, we had significantly more, this is from the $1 million Colonia grant. We had more monies allocated to this project, but since the booster station went a little higher, we
The
took.
booster came in at 800.
So we took some of those
and
monies.
We took some funds from there, about 137,000.
Yeah.
That were used for that one, that we removed from this
Yeah, so
project.
if you add 137 to the 90, well, that'd be 200.
How much money is tied up for the landfill that they will reimburse you back?
I think, in the total, we have almost $1 million tied up, but some of it is for the current landfill, so it may be 250 maybe.
Maybe
I'm not sure.
compensate for that.
Yeah.
Well,
we, you know, this grant, we need to move forward with it. I don't think we have a choice there. We don't wanna do it, cause then we really be shooting ourselves in the foot on future grants, so.
If we award it, Judge, I'd like for it to be contingent on, the project administration, which is GrantWorks, for them they have to do a contractor clearance, sand clearance, just formalities.
Okay, sure.
But I'd like to for the award to be contingent on their approval of their sand clearance and their other clearing
Yeah,
requirements
okay.
of the contractor. Once that's cleared, then the award would be then, I guess, to award to Mouflon with the alternatives being removed, when it's 45,000, so the 242,500 will bring it to 197,500.
We need to go that route.
So we would, it'll cost us 107, pretty much, we have 90?
We have 90.
107. And this would be, for what street, Judge?
This is the drainage project we're doing in addition. So on Highway 16 and crosses, so part of it is on precinct 4 and then part of it is precinct 1.
Yeah. Correct.
But, you know, it'll really, I think, transform that area, but certainly there's a lot of.
Where does that water fall into, Mr. Gonzalez?
It continues going southward and,
Eventually the Vallejo.
Eventually the Vallejo, but it connects to the creek that is over by, I think it's Mr. Dolce that purchased that property.
Yeah.
It's on
And
Fifth
then
Street, so it
Fifth
goes and
Street
then
is-
it curves into the Ramirez. It combines with the one that's coming from the softball fields.
Okay.
And they end up connecting, and then they go into Dolce's property, and then they get outfalls, and then it continues into the Cuellar property, then into the Ramirez property, then into the Valley.
Which is this the area that got flooded last time we got this,
Yeah, certainly this
Yeah,
would.
right behind the
alleviate a lot of the
Margaritas,
problem.
the.
The mobile
yeah,
homes.
Zapata.
Yeah, where the mobile home park is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a good project, it's gonna cost us, more than expected, but it's definitely a good project out there. I make a motion to award the bid to move on oilfield services in the amount of $242,500.
Well.
Well, it'll be
With the, grant administration.
With the alternatives, it'll be 100 and what?
197, 500.
And the county commits to,
Modify the motion,
cleaning
it'll be 190,
Yes.
190, what?
Seven.
197,
500.
So you will, sure, you'll help the county, crews with exactly where to clear, how far and.
We'll stick it out for them.
Okay, good.
So that we don't get into private property.
If you guys need any work or assistance, let me know, we'll send some guys out there.
We'll bring the dozer from.
Yeah.
Very good.
We just gotta be careful, cause I think I spoke to Mr. Chiquilin Gonzalez, and I think he said there are some water lines that run through there.
There's some water lines, there's also
And
sewer
sewer
lines.
lines.
But they'll be marked again.
We'll mark the, we'll mark the right of ways and we'll have the.
It'll be part
Half and
one,
half.
that's part four.
Okay, very good. So motion by Commissioner Lee to approve to award the bid for the Medina Addition Colonia Drainage Project to Muflon Oilfield Services, with the alternative bids, I guess.
Alternative bids,
Yes.
number 1 and 2, that is for clearing and grubbing of the channel and the channel excavation and backfill.
Okay.
They're 22,500 each.
Yeah, with the reimbursement of 90,000.
So we have
Total cost.
total amount of the award, 197,500? Okay. Motion, is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor? And of course, with the condition of, Grant Works, approving the contractor.
And the county, I mean.
Yes.
We'll have that, we'll fund that.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Manuel, item number 26, to review status of the jail improvement, jail project improvements. I think we have.
It's in your packet.
Yeah, it's the second one.
And, that's, the second one down from that first one. And all the cells have been completed. The work that has been completed to this point includes all the remaining cells that were on the original contract. The contract was for $107,250. So this invoice is for $46,750 minus a 5% retainage. We'd like to do a final walkthrough and punch list, make sure that all the items have been covered before we do that final retainage, and then we would then issue the final retainage. We also have an invoice from us we have an invoice for this project, and it's for $9,800.
Okay.
And that'll cover all our.
All right. When you do the final walkthrough, maybe you can call me, I'd like to.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause there is, I think, like 3 cells that were not on this, that I brought them last time for a change order, but I removed it. And I mentioned that I would bring it at a later time.
Okay, so maybe we can look it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion to approve, payment to Campos Construction, $44,412.50, and second to Premier Engineering, $9,800.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Yeah, that's good. You know, the jail brought in almost $3 million, so we gotta keep it rocking.
That's great.
It's, we have to keep it, in good shape, working shape, so, yeah.
It'd be good if we can do a walkthrough and see the improvements that have been done. And then there's some improvements that need to be done, but, I think we take it a step at a time.
I took a walk through, when I first came into office, it'd be good to,
Yeah, I've never been
Good deal.
there. I wouldn't want to be.
Item, we're at item number 27 is to review status of the CFC 21-0191 Northwest Colonia Booster Station project.
That one, Judge and Commissioners, is the booster station that's by the pavilion. Contractor has completed the pump house, and then they've also completed the fencing. they're moving along.
I drove through there, good, it's good to see some construction going.
There's some significant improvement.
Yes.
And, I think that they're moving along very well. The items that they completed at this time was item number 2, it went to 20%. Item number 3 went to 50%. Item number 4 is at 50%. And then item number 13, 14, and 15,
25.
and 16. So the total was $130,198.58.
Today, that's the invoice for today?
That's the invoice number 4 for today.
And this would be payable to,
It's payable to Friends Construction.
Well, we make it out to the bonding company, don't we?
It gets made out to, Axar. Axar is their bonding company. They then request them to submit their invoices for if they bought a tank, if they bought some pumping material, if they bought some cinder block, concrete, all those items that get purchased with the project, they issue payments to those companies, or they have to provide evidence that has been paid. And then they're kind of administering the project as a requirement for the bond.
Motion to approve invoice in the amount of $130,198.58 to Axar.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales. And Commissioner, we're still, waiting for our audit, so we're, having to eat these payments and not, we're stuck in the mud and we're fighting for things that doesn't make sense and instead of working on trying to get our audit completed. My goodness. But yeah, so these projects, talking about $2 million that we're gonna have to fund those, we barely have enough to pay them. As long as we don't have our audit, TDA will not issue any reimbursement. I think we're at the point of no return. We have to finish these projects out and then hope to get that audit in and hope for the reimbursement.
The
So
project's, close to 40%.
yes, so we're working our way to 100%. Motion and a second, motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 28 is to review status of the San Ignacio Water Plant project. And
The San Ignacio project is another one, Judge, that the court has authorized for improvements at the water plant. The construction has continued with the works on the mixer and the clarifier number 2, that's the one that they're currently working on. They've already brought in the funnel, installed it, they've made the connections there, and they've done some improvements this month. Their invoice is for $30,875, and for those were the items that got upgraded, which was item number 1, the new mixer, repair of the corroded areas, and the well district.
okay, yeah, that project, they're working at it, new project, getting that fixed, yeah.
So that's what they have for this.
Okay.
that would be payable to.
That would be payable to, I believe it's also Axar. They're also have the same one. So it goes to Axar and then Axar then issues payment.
I'll second the motion of
I'll make a,
$30,875.
yeah, I'll make a motion to make, the check payable, to Axstar for $30,875.
Motion and by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. What's
Motion
the
carries.
percent on it, on that one?
That one is almost 30%.
30.
Yeah, they're moving on it. We got a little bit more time on that one, but they'll finish before,
Yeah, they're moving on.
for our contract date. Monica did, okay, item number 29. to
I'm gonna
review-
negotiate.
Yes, but we'll finish with my man, he's up here. To review, to review right away on Linda Vista subdivision street for possible closure. Oh, yeah, Commissioner Solis, this is something that was brought to your attention?
That's correct. I spoke with Mr. Gonzalez over the weekend, or last week, I believe it was last week, about this property on River Drive Street. It's on River Drive Street in Linda Vista Edition.
I provided some maps there, Judge and Commissioners, for your review. The areas that are in question, the one that they called on right now is if you look in the first map, which is Linda Vista Edition, that's the original. It's right on Water Street, where Water Street is heading north, and then it kind of ports to like a Y, and it's between lot 27 and 46. It's 27, 28, and 29, and you have lot 46.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I provided a blow up on the last page so that it'd be easier to view for everybody.
So,
And
so
so
Water Street just goes, there's no wire, it doesn't branch.
Well,
It,
out in the field, it doesn't branch, correct?
Oh, okay.
Out in the field is just, we own the right of way, but we only clear and maintain Water Street going through.
Okay.
And then we're not clearing and maintaining the Y. I'm not even sure if we were aware that that existed, because the property owner on lot number 30, he built a house, he was thinking he had up to Water Street. Then we went and surveyed it for them, and when we surveyed it, property corner is like 2 feet from the house, you know, right in front of him. And he's like, the street's up there. And I was like, well, there's another street that goes through the brush. And then that's when then the other owner approached to see if we could close that street.
There's never been a need for it, right? I mean,
Right.
So we went back as far as 95. Is that correct?
1995. Yeah, that street's never been cleared. We went back on like Google Earth or Google Maps, and as far back as 1995, we had never been cleared.
And the gentleman that's making the request owns 46 also?
Owns 46, 27, 28, and 29.
Okay.
And so what I meant to that gentleman is that if the county was to consider something, I don't know if that he could, that he would have to also yield a little portion of 46 to the owner on 30. There's a little spike.
Yeah.
That goes into in front of 30.
Right.
Then we wouldn't have an issue there, and he was okay with that.
Mr. Bureau, I know we've done this maybe once or twice, I think, giving up some easements on sewer line easements, I think, but.
I'm never of the opinion that we should release any type of
I know.
rights of way, Judge, only because they're so hard to get. I just wouldn't recommend it. I know the individual would like to have the extra property, but if the county is not using it, long as if we have the easement, obviously we still have the interest in the property. He could use the property, but without building any type of permanent structure on that.
And he wanted to build his house right in the middle, or?
Well, I mean, and it's, you know, for the court's consideration, if we were to deed it back, and the owner has both sides, now we're taxing that piece of property that we're not currently taxing right now. If he does build a house on that section, that will be taxed as well, that we're not gaining anything out of it. If we keep it, we still don't get anything out of it. I know it could potentially create a scenario where then other people will come forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, and because if you look at that same map, Judge and Commissioners, you can see the one here on the corner.
Yes.
This gentleman owns these 2 lots, and he has that corner lot, he also owns that. He has that completely fenced in. So that road that's going through his property, it's fenced in and he's using.
And that's probably what this gentleman could do. Nobody will know, but if the need ever arises, then we could.
As long as it's nothing permanent.
Yeah. I think that's a.
So then we let him fence it, but not grant it?
Right.
Well, he could fence it so long as the county has no immediate need for it right now, but should the need ever arise.
He needs to be fully aware of the boundaries where to put a permanent structure on.
Right. For any type
He
of
could have his
permanent-
lawn there. I
Can't be
guess.
allowed, that has to be.
And then, Judge, if we were to release it, we'd be obligated to put it up for auction, Judge. That's
I
another.
was gonna ask about that, if it had to go up for auction, even if he owns both sides?
The only way we could avoid that is if he were to grant us a particular, plot of land that he owns, that it would be that type of transaction.
Yeah. Well, it gets really complicated.
It does get complicated, Judge.
Okay, so.
Then he's running a risk that someone else wins the
I
bid.
guess you can kind of relay the message that the county attorney Gonzalez advised the court.
Okay.
And, so.
It's the auction issue that's the
Yeah.
mystery.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I mean, I kinda had already thought about the auction issue, and you know, for him to, I was just kind of brainstorming on my own, is like, if you were to deed the 40-foot worth on lot 46 to the county, so then basically Water Street would now become a wider right-of-way.
Well, that's a possibility.
And then he deeds those 40
That's
feet,
what-
and then his lots then become just bigger, and they're all, it's not pieces, but it's all one chunk.
That is something that I
The
think we
issue
could-
would then be one of comparable worth, Judge. I'm sorry that I'm putting somebody.
No, but I think
that's
that-
what makes these types of
That may
issues
be a
complex.
better solution.
Right, it would have to be one where the values of the transaction are of equal value.
There you go. I agree.
That, I mean.
We have proposed that to him, and
No.
the court will consider that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so no action on.
No action on number 29.
To consider working on it. Item number 30 is to review and approve plat on Ramirez Drive, Lot 8, Volume 749, pages 522 to 523, and to Lot 8A and 8B.
Okay, thank you. Serving commissioners, on this one, it's a plat that we're recommending on Ramirez Street. It's under the old section of Ramirez Street, the original. Those lots are not formally platted, they exist by deed. And on tract number 8, there is a home on that tract that encompasses about maybe 30 feet of that lot. And we're wanting to be able to, I guess a home got built inadvertently on the wrong lot, and so then we're wanting to be able to cut the lot in half so that they're able to make a clean split between the home or the homeowner and then the remainder of the property. The lot size, once we cut it, would be 70 foot by 200, which is larger than most of our town site lots. They're 70 by 140. So it would still be a significant size lot.
So the current house infringes a little bit on.
It infringes on lot 8.
Oh, okay.
And that's where we would then divide it in half. They could then deed the other half of the lot, and then they can keep where the home is at. I think it got built back in early 90s, and they hadn't realized that it was in the wrong lot. And that's the reason for the request on this replat. It does have water, sewer, electricity, paving.
Motion to approve the plan on Ramirez Drive, Lot 8.
No, there's no dedication.
I don't see any.
No.
They're family members, correct? Both owners, or the property owners?
No, they're not. So the current owner would be splitting it so that they can then deed the half, let's say lot 8B, to the neighbor. And they would then be able to have a clean split there.
Motion to approve plan is presented.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. And I don't know if I might have to abstain on this, I don't know, my family involved in this, I have no idea.
No, it's not your family.
No,
No, because
because my daughter's married to, I see the Guevara, I don't know what's going on there.
The property belongs to, Gutierrez's.
Oh, okay.
Guadalupe.
So, I just wanna make sure,
Lisa Edman.
not that they inform me on anything they told me.
Yeah. That's right.
That they're doing, but so, you're okay. Okay, so no problem. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, we're good.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Gonzalez. We'll keep going.
32.
32 is to approve the use of the county fairgrounds for the circus on February the 10th, 2025. We got a circus, when's the county fair?
March.
I guess they had a good turnout, Commissioner, on we had a couple of months ago, the same time?
It's John Albert.
John Albert Circus owner.
No, I haven't, no one has contacted me as far as.
I don't know either. Did they contact the office
He
or?
called, yes, sir.
Motion to approve Judge, Circus, February tenth.
Payment in account. Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I know my kids love it.
Item,
35.
37.
oh yeah. 22, to consider contracting a grant writing management firm for the Texas Veterans Commission, PBC Housing for Texas Heroes Grant. Okay,
There's three copies, we'll share that one.
Yeah, well, sure.
Okay, and then for Mary Jane.
Thank you.
So on page 5, Judge, that's the cost, which is the same, it doesn't cost anything, for the county, it's 8% of
yeah,
the
that's what
grant.
they charge, 8%.
Which we get 10%, so the county stays with 2% of the $500,000 total.
So it's the Educational Research Institute.
ERI, yes.
ERI, okay, we got that. So, motion by Commissioner Morales to approve the, to hire Educational Research Institute, ERI, with Ms. Linda V. Alanis as president, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good job, Bob.
Thank you.
Keep going, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you all for your support.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We're at, 35, these are executive session items, so we'll approve the consent items.
Motion to approve item 37.
38 and 39.
Motion to approve items 37, 38, and 39 by Commissioner Morales, seconded by Commissioner Garza.
Judge, on number 39, I believe they left out, one.
You wanna go through them, Commissioner, for your constituents?
Yes, I do have, the first one will be on Petty and South Siesta Lane, this is for the streetlights. Second one will be on 5305 Sean Lane. Third one will be on 306 Lincoln. The fourth light will be on 5417 Swoop Lane, 308 Siegel, 11th and Jackson Street, 110 J.O. Guevara Street, 237 Raven, 5210 Salvador, and I was missing one, Judge, on 1104 Kennedy. I don't know if it's possible to include it here.
Yeah, we'll make the motion.
Okay, it'll be 1104 Kennedy.
I
That was
motion
my-
to include 1104 Kennedy.
Okay.
Yes.
Motion
I'll
and a
second that
second,
motion.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Consent items approved. We now need a motion for executive
Judge,
session.
I make motion to enter executive session.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by
Second.
Commissioner Morales. The items to be discussed are, item number 35 is to discuss an issue related to a sewer service dispute. And item number 36 is to take corrective action regarding compensatory time and FLSA law. And these items will be heard under section of Government Code 551 or, chapter D, 551.074, personnel matters, and 551.5, or both under personnel matters.
Yes.
We are now in executive session.
Una sentence, so you can give to Mary Jane.
still didn't win, some kid from Del Rio tied them.
Second.
They went into a playoff.
I think we're back.
Judge, I make a motion to return to regular session.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Solis to return to regular session, seconded by Commissioner Garza. For the record, no action was taken in executive session. Item number 35, to discuss an issue related to a sewer service dispute.
No action.
No action.
No action on item 35. Item number 36, to take corrective action regarding compensatory time in FLSA law.
No action,
No
Judge.
action.
No action on item.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Solis.
Second that motion.
Seconded by Commissioner Garza. We are now adjourned. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
It was a long meeting today, but y'all take care.
Who made the motion to go back into?
Thank you, Mr. Figueroa.
Thank you, Judge.